The discovery of insulin was not only an enormous breakthrough and therapy for type 1 diabetes, which was previously a universally fatal disease, but it actually represented a triumph of science, the ability to understand what was wrong in people with type 1 diabetes, identify the deficiency of a hormone, and replace that hormone with tremendous therapeutic effect. And in fact, insulin is almost the first real medicine that we have to treat a disease. Remember, in the 1920s, we didn't have antibiotics, we didn't have cancer medicines. We still had, tinctures and plant extracts and phlebotomy and leeches. So this was really, I think, something that heralded the dawn of the new era of medicine. In Toronto, when we walk in the door, whether it's to a hospital clinical department or a research institute, and we are faced with the challenge of managing type 1 and type 2 diabetes or carrying out research into these very important disorders, there's not a day that goes by that we're not reminded of the history and the importance of seminal discovery work and how that changed the world. So the name Banting and Best, together with MacLeod and Collip, are really plastered everywhere. We have pictures and buildings and statues, etc. So we're reminded of how important medical research can be to transform people's lives. So it's a bit of a challenge, actually, to escape that legacy. I think type 1 diabetes is really poised for tremendous advances. The engineers have enabled us to monitor glucose non-invasively, constantly, minute by minute. They have developed almost really good closed loop systems now that will allow constant glucose monitoring to be coupled to insulin delivery and take the need for people to prick their fingers and to make decisions. I think that era will soon be in the past, hopefully. And then, of course, the biologists have made amazing breakthroughs in stem cell biology, and we're now seeing clinical trials and attempts to have safe and effective stem cells that hopefully will, be not recognized by the immune system. So as much progress as we have, I think the next decade is going to bring us tremendous new advances. And then, of course, type 2 diabetes is being transformed by GLP-1 receptor agonists and SGLT2 inhibitors and more new peptide combinations and coagonists to come. So things are really improving rapidly for people living with diabetes. In 2021, we'll still have insulins. We'll have rapid-acting insulins and longer-acting insulins. In fact, in 10 years from now, there's a good probability, even in a few years, that we'll have once-weekly insulins. But I think the breakthrough and the promise comes in the use of technology, the use of pumps, whether it's with insulin alone or insulin with glucagon, maybe insulin with amylin, to really take the work out of managing insulin therapy and allowing glucose sensing to be coupled with algorithms to insulin delivery and make life much easier for people living with diabetes who require insulin therapy.